Understanding discarded tiles in American mah-jongg. When can you pick up a discarded tile? And what can you discard? So let's get into the general rules when it comes to picking up a discarded tile. Number 1, when someone discards a tile, you can pick that tile up, even if it is not during your turn. A discarded tile is fair game to anyone who is playing, whether it is in order or not. Number 2, when picking up that discarded tile, you must expose that section of your hand. So let's show an example of this. This is the hand that you are going for, and these are your current tiles. So we are currently looking for a 2 bamboo, a 4 bamboo, 2 6 dots, and 1 8 dot. The next player up is the person to your right. They go ahead and they draw from the wall, and then they go to discard. Well, lo and behold, they decide to discard a 4 bamboo. That is the exact tile you need, and even though it's not your turn, you can call for that tile. Simply say, call, or I want that tile, pick up that tile, expose it on the top of your rack, take your other 2 4 bamboo and expose those next to it, and that is how you can call a discarded tile. You would then complete your turn as you always do by discarding a tile, and the person to your right would then continue the game, meaning because you pulled a discarded tile out of turn, these 2 players would have been skipped, and the person directly to your right would continue the game. But that is not all the rules when it comes to picking up a discarded tile. The most important rule when it comes to picking up a discarded tile is it needs to be at least 3 like tiles or more to pick up, meaning it must be a pung, a kong, or a quint. So a rule of thumb I like to think about, if I cannot use a joker with it, I cannot pick up that discarded tile. So singles, pairs, consecutive numbers, dates, and news cannot be picked up and exposed because you cannot use a joker with it. The next thing we're going to talk about is concealed hands versus exposed hands. And the way you know if you are playing a concealed hand is by looking at your card. If you look all the way on the right-hand side and you see a C next to the value of the hand, that is a concealed hand, meaning you can never pick up a discarded tile when you are playing a concealed hand, which is why the point value is much higher than those of exposed hands. If you see an X next to the value of the hand, that means that hand can be exposed, meaning as long as you're following the rules in terms of what tiles you can pick up, you can pick up discarded tiles. Now, the last 2 questions that are very common is, can I use a joker in an exposed hand? Yes. So for instance, you can use a joker in any of your pungs, kongs, and quints to go ahead and call a discarded tile. And the last most common question is, can I discard a joker? And the answer is yes. Jokers can be discarded. You can discard any tile you want. But unlike other tiles, a discarded joker becomes a dead tile and no one can pick up that tile.